Nothing really to report, just a normal practice getting ready for a ball game into a game week preparation, and I like where we're at so far.
Bruce, you kind of an unusual schedule with the longer break between now and week one and the Thursday kickoff. How do you go about deciding how much time to give them off before?
Oh, it's mandatory. It's mandatory 4 days, and they have to be in a row. So we'll take them off right after the game and then come back, have 2 practices, a day off in a normal week.
With Devin White, I know he's only in his third year. Is there any, you've been in the league so long, is there any comparable type of linebackers that you've seen this year that remind you of at this stage about the
Yeah, I'd have to think about it. Foot was really really good young, but he still had to wait his turn. Yeah, Pat Willis would be a good comparison. He came in, just played the game the way it's supposed to be played from day one. He's probably the only one in the modern era that I can say that. You know, there's some kids that might be doing it this year, but none that I can say came in and had the impact as an inside backer. Outside backers, yeah, there's a bunch of them.
With the situation with the Titans with Mike Vrabel, how grateful are you, if grateful is the right word, that you guys that you have had so many of your players that are vaccinated, that you kind of, and staff members, that you have kind of that extra layer of protection after a scare like that?
Yeah, I mean, it was everything. It was all contacts were outside. We had one that went to dinner with some guys that did test positive today. So he went to dinner with some Titan friends, and that was Ryan Suckup. And so he's out for this ball game.
As a player?
Ryan Suckup?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Suckup?
Yeah.
Suckup's good. Bruce, usually, when you get through final cuts, obviously waiver wires are something to look at. You guys are probably more likely to have players taken off of your cuts to other teams. But are there positions where you think you'll be keeping a closer eye to who gets cut elsewhere?
Yeah, every position. I mean, I was always looking for that waiver wire. Who might be better than our last 5 or 6? And that's every single year. That's why I always tell them, don't celebrate after the first day of cuts, because somebody might still get your job. And don't go buy a house. That's for damn sure. You might want to stick around for a couple weeks first. But yeah, that's been the way it's always been.
Are there any other players or staff members that you have been in close contact at all, that you have to kind of monitor or eyeball the next few days?
No.
Bruce, what's sort of the next level for Todd in year 3 with these guys? Like, he had some guys come in as rookies last year. He's talking about situational defense and just awareness.
Yeah, I think that it's the growth of not just knowing the coverage you're playing, but what you're playing against and what you're trying to beat. And the overall football knowledge that those young secondary guys and Devin and some of the other guys have to get better at. And when we get that, they could be really, really good.
Last question. What are some parting words you normally give some of the players that you choose to cut from the roster?
Excuse me?
What are some parting words you usually give players that get cut from the roster as they move on?
I usually only talk to a veteran player who's been here. If it's a young player who's been here, Jason and his staff handle that. So if it's a veteran player, then I'll talk with them.
Coach, can you just speak to the chemistry that's been built on the defensive line, especially some of the younger guys fighting to make a spot on this roster, whether it was Pat O'Connor or Khalil Davis? They really showed up in Saturday's game.
Yeah, I mean, Pat's been here the whole time, and he's one of the guys. Khalil's been here for a year and a half, so it's time for him to show up like he did. And, I mean, you got veterans in there who are great guys. I mean, they'll teach them how to do it off the field and on the field. So that defensive line is a very cohesive group, and they know how to take care of young players and help them along.
First, to go through these initial tests, you mentioned Ryan, but are you worried about any other issues that would stem from the interaction with the Titans, or do you think you're past that?
I think we're past that already. So
Anything else?
If Ryan did test positive, though?
yes, he went out to dinner, an indoor dinner with some of his friends from the Titans.
Did he test
this morning. He's vaccinated, so it's
Yeah.
still going to be probably 10 days. All right? Thanks.
Coach.